Hello students, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about few cofactors. Now see, sometimes, generally, majority of the cases, proteinaceous is only working as an enzyme, means enzyme is only made up of protein. Is it clear? In many cases, enzyme is made up of only protein. But sometimes cases are there in which non-proteinaceous part helps the enzyme for its activity. Then in this case, what happened? The protein part is known as apoenzyme and non-proteinaceous part is known as cofactor. Clear, beta? The protein part is known as apoenzyme and non-proteinaceous part is known as cofactor. There are three main types of cofactors. First is prosthetic group, which is actually organic compound, but it is tightly bound to the apoenzyme. Another is coenzyme, which is also organic compound, but its association with the apoenzyme is only temporary. Third is metalliance. It is metalliance. So first of all, you should understand there are three types of cofactor. Come back again to the prosthetic group, which is organic compound tightly bound to apoenzyme. Example is heme is a prosthetic group for the enzyme that is peroxidase and catalase. Two enzymes, peroxidase and catalase, for that heme is a prosthetic group. Clear? Then coenzymes, which is organic compound, but its association is temporary. For example, NAD, which is used in the respiration, and NADP, which is used in photosynthesis, both are hydrogen carrier. They are actually containing a vitamin that is known as niacin. Is it clear? They contain vitamin niacin. Now, metalliance, for example, zinc is a cofactor for carboxypeptidase. And it is also observed that the enzyme can lose its catalytic activity once the cofactor is removed. It means these cofactors plays very important role in the catalytic activity of enzyme. See, understand this diagram. See, this is an enzyme, and when this coenzyme is binding to the active site, it allows the substrate binding properly. Is it clear? The coenzyme that is free, see, the enzyme will remain unchanged. Now, coenzyme will bind to the active site. It will donate energy. It can donate molecule. Is it clear? So coenzyme may give the transfer proton, electron, or chemical group from one molecule to another. So they are the one, they are actually making the substrate to bind properly. Then what will happen? This coenzyme, after the reaction, the coenzyme will leave the enzyme and it will be recycled by accepting energy so that it can help in another reaction, because coenzyme cannot be immediately used. Is it clear? See the structure of this coenzyme, and after the work is over, see the structure has changed. So coenzyme cannot be immediately used. They have to go for recycling by accepting energy, and then they can help in the further reaction. Now see, this is the list of the few coenzymes. If prosthetic group we discussed heme, then flavin. Flavin is the one which is generally binding with the electron. Retinal is the one which convert light energy. Coenzyme, your coenzyme A, we will study in the Krebs cycle. It's a link reaction where pyruvic acid is changing to acetyl coenzyme A. NAD, FAD, ATP. ATP is also a coenzyme. Biotin is coenzyme. Metalliance, for example, iron used in oxidation reduction. Copper is also used in oxidation reduction. And zinc help in binding NAD. This is again some extra list. You can just see ATP synthase enzyme require magnesium ions. NADP reductase will require FAD. Rubisco will require magnesium. Hexokinase will require ATP, and pyruvate dehydrogenase coenzyme A. These are the few enzymes and these are the cofactors which help them to perform these functions. So I hope so this video might be helpful for you. Thanks for watching.